What's going on, guys? This is Matt, Full Tilt Bullies. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope y'all have a good weekend coming up. So this video right here is probably going to be like the first video in a few videos. I have a lot of different topics I want to hit on, but Miss Foxy should probably be sitting down. I come back up. But I have a lot of different topics I'm wanting to hit on. The video I put out of Bo and the Zeus pups sparked a few topics for me that I figured I would, probably want to touch on at some point. But, really just, brought a few things to my attention. And this girl right here, like I said before, she is gone. Oh, and I made a mistake. The white male over there, the day that I made that video, I was dealing a whole lot with the guy that purchased her. Stella is going to Chicago. The white male is going to Ohio. So I apologize for that. The guy that got him is like, he's been like one of the, as far as smooth and just non-hassle clients. I mean, he's been awesome. He put a deposit in like 7-8 months ago, and he has not bothered me. He didn't hassle me. He knew, I couldn't produce a dog out of thin air. When a good one come up, I contacted him first. I mean, it was, very, very good. And that was just my bad. I got the places mixed up. So she's going to Chicago. Big boy over there is going to Ohio. Man, look at her. She is just super short. She's like coming up on a year, right at a year old, but she is just awesome. What are you chewing on, girl? I bought them some new treats too. I gave them all before bed. I think I'm gonna give them another one this morning. Quit chewing on that. But anyway, so like I said, this video right here is gonna be probably one of a few, because it's just gonna be so, like, I'm already 2 minutes into this one, and it's just so long that's just gonna be hard to keep up with. So for the record, I believe that there is, if you're just going to do like an overall summary, categorized breeders, you have what they call backyard breeders, and then you have, real breeders. When ethics are brought into it, really keeping track of your financial statements, all your dewormings, all your flea and all your shots. I mean, just there's so much stuff that comes into it. Everybody has to have rabies shots, and you have to go to the vet for that. Vet checkups, certain stuff happens, abscesses, just, earaches. I mean, there's mastitis. I mean, there's just so many things that can go wrong, that do go wrong if your breeding will go wrong. Skin issues. I mean, there's just a huge variety of things that happen with breeding. Backyard breeders, they usually, it'll sort itself out. They're using, cheapest dog food they can find. Dogs don't look great. They're chained up, just not taken care of, not socialized. Just multiple different things, and they don't have paperwork. Most of the time when you're dealing with a backyard breeder, and this is in general, this is not like at somebody. Y'all have seen enough of my videos. I don't have no desire to be a part of the drama and call people out and knock people's dogs. That's not what I'm into. I'm into, positive things and uplifting people that, deserve to be uplifted, etc. But there is, that's where you're going to go to find you a $100 dog. $150 dog. If you're looking to get in cheap, maybe even 400 or 500 or something, who knows. But when you're dealing with a good, reputable breeder that puts a ton of time, time is money. If you go and work your job, you're not getting paid, by, just that week you're getting this much money. No, you're getting paid for your time spent at that job. That's why you get paid by the hour. So, when you're doing this the right way, there's going to be a ton of things that go into it. All the time that, by the hour, you have to figure out how much you've put in, and then again, all the shots, all the traveling, all the, you know, I have an electric bill, I have a water bill, I have a food bill, I have a shot bill. There's just all these things that add up that they all get. Like I said, at any point in time, you can take my dogs and go have them tested. All their fecals are going to come back good. You know, everything's up to date. Rabies, all their vaccinations, you know, everything is up to date. Which again costs time and money. So now I'm going to jump to these puppies up here. So I put the price tag at $3,000 on them pups. Now that was a number. So the way I come up with that number was I looked at what other puppies like this are going for, what my and this is how I do all my litters. This is how I come up with my prices. So I look at what other dogs like that are going for, what people can probably afford, and how much I have into the litter. So as we know, and this will be a separate video, but I did that breeding particularly for myself and not like say if I bred Nero to you know, Rue or whoever, and then I'm doing that for y'all to make sure y'all get, you know, good puppies and to continue creating good dogs. I did this breeding just like when I run Zeus to Foxy, which is going to happen, is a breeding I'm doing for myself. And when I say it's not nothing positive or negative about Zeus, it's just I did a breeding for me. You know, very rarely can you solely focus on just doing a breeding for yourself, because I can't keep a puppy off of every single litter because I'll just be overflowing with dogs at some point. So again, which I'll touch on later, but I did that breeding for me. Now, everything that has happened was already predetermined it was going to happen. Now, the two little pups with the kink tails, I have priced them at $3,000 based off of what they're going to be. They're going to be some little short monster little puppies, good health. Zeus is healthy, Bo is healthy. You know, they're great dogs. Now, by an ABKC show standard, they are not show dogs because they have a kink tail. And I'm assuming this because I'm not into the whole show setup. I don't know. I think they're letting kink tails in now. But anyway, but you know, just by an overall show standard, whatever, they have a kink tail. They're not show dogs. That does not mean they're not going to be super short, bully, just really, really nice dogs. Most of my males are docile, just gentle, great animals. Every once in a while, my females will get a little, you know, touchy, and that's just how that goes. But overall, great dogs. So now, when I come up with the pricing for this, you got to take into consideration, which this will roll over onto the Foxy breeding, but I drove all the way to Atlanta, which was, you know, a round trip took me like probably 10 hours with the time I spent there, but just in driving was like 8 hours, I want to say. And I spent my, you know, gas money. I took Foxy with me, two of my friends, you know, paid for food, gas, time, went up there and met them. Then after that, we met halfway, which, so you cut that time in half, about 4 or 5 hours, 2 or 3 more times, all right, for a breeding that didn't take. Now, this is all time and money invested in getting this breeding to take place. So now when it comes to Bo, we, you know, luckily I went and met halfway, brought Zeus here, and then I had to take him halfway back. I had him for 2 weeks. I fed him, took care of him, put my time and energy into doing the breeding. Like I said, took him back, and the whole time, you know, taking care. I'm gonna have to check her leg. Looks like, you all right, girl? Yes, I have to check her leg. But I took right there. She might have stoved her leg up. She looks like, well, she looks all right. But that'll be something that, oh, she's good, thankfully. But so went up there, come back, kept the dog, etc., etc., etc. All this is money and time spent just for these 2 puppies that I'm selling up here. And then I have put, and this is what other, reputable breeders do and go through to get these nice dogs and certain dogs that they want or that their customers want. Now, I did this, and I have put all the extra food that a pregnant and nursing mama eats. I had to bottle feed these puppies for 24 hours, and then I paid $2,100 for a emergency C-section on this litter, which is not something that I generally would do, but this is what I have to take into consideration with the 2 puppies that I am selling. Now, with all this said, I am going to have to do ear crops, registration fees, and shots, deworming, and I'm going to have to feed them for, let's just say 8 to 12 weeks while waiting on them to ship. Then I'm probably going to have to set, I believe one of them sold already, which I'll have to set up shipping. They'll pay for shipping, but I'll have to set it up and figure it out, just like with Stella. Find a shipper and go through that whole process to have done. So at $3,000 a pup, I am probably going to lose money. Now, I've seen other people charge $5,000+ for dogs that, in my opinion, will not be the quality that these are. But again, I take into consideration how much I want to actually charge my clients. And at $3,000, you're getting a deal. For what it costed to, a car dealer don't build a car and they've got $10,000 in the build and then give it to you for $6,000 just because, they know you want the car. That's not how it works. You have to assess how much has went in to doing this. So I'll lose a dollar amount of money, but I've gained because I am keeping 2 puppies that I want. So just, take into consideration all these details when you're looking for a good pup and how much you're going to spend. If you go and get, a pup for dirt cheap, then it's usually you're going to get what you pay for. And like I said, I take into consideration this with all of my breedings. Now, if I say I breed a dog, right here, and it don't cost me nothing and there's no extra going in it, and I've got a plentiful litter, like I said, you may get a pup from me for $1,500 or $2,000, and that's going to cover, like I said, there's yearly expenses, all these expenses that go into making this one litter happen. So you take all that into consideration when you're, assessing or thinking about somebody's ethics or the dollar amount put on something and what they put into it. So that, again, I'm going to touch on the breeding in general. This will be a few parts. So I appreciate y'all. I hope that's a little something for people to think about, and hopefully you can incorporate that into your program and how you do the pricing on your pups. That's about it. So I appreciate y'all. This is getting long. We're going to jump off here.